Hello all. Okay, in this video, I'm out and about in the car. I'm going to visit a place called Culross, and it's just on the north bank of the River Forth. Now I just looked at the Google and that, and it seems to be like a kind of historical place. It's meant to be quite a nice place to visit, so I'm going to visit it, and I'll make a video show you the bits that are not I'm going to share with you. I'll show you where it is on the map, on the Google map, and also the road map as well, to give you an idea exactly where Culross is in Scotland. So, looking at the Google Maps, Culross. Now, I'm not really sure if this is coming out too well. Let's just see. That's the River Forth. You've got Edinburgh, which is here. You've got the Forth Road bridges. Well, and currently just on the outskirts of, and not far from Culross. That's Culross there. It comes under Dunfermline as well. What I'll do is I'll record the driving footage from where I'm at, and just at a lay-by on the A985. That's where I'm currently positioned. So I'll set up the camera and I'll record the dash windscreen view driving footage to here, so you'll get to see the scenery as I enter Culross, the town of Culross. So that's where it is in Scotland. I'll show you where it is in relation to Britain. So it's that's the city of Dunfermline just there. So it's kind of like, it comes under Dunfermline for the address. Culross, it's got advertising that's St Culross Palace here as well. It's closed just now, but I think there's a Culross pier. I'll maybe visit that as well. So in part here right now, I'm going to record the driving footage. As I enter Culross, you'll get to see what it looks like as I drive in. Sods a lot. It's right in a fold, isn't it? Great. Try to show you on the road map as well, but that's it there basically. Had to be right on the fold. But anyway, there's another view of it from using the road maps. I'll give you a wee bit about, just a wee brief skim past Google as to what it's saying about Culross as well. So it's a village, it's classed as a village. Culross is a village and former royal borough and parish in Fife, Scotland. According to 2006 estimated, the village has a population of 395. So there's just a wee bit more about it there as well, just some of the particular details. The civil parish has a population of 4,348 in 2011. So it does sort of come under the post town of Dunfermline. So I can't say I've ever really been to it. If I have, I've probably drove through it, or it would have been a while ago if anything. I'll remember if once I get there. I've been to quite a lot of places, so maybe I have been over the years at some point, but certainly haven't done a video as far as I could recall. I mean, I've only been YouTubing for 5 years this April, so I've not done it that long, right enough. But I might have visited it there years before. I might have drove through there maybe a decade, 2 decades, I mean, I don't know. But I can't remember for sure. If I've been there, it might bring some memories, bring back memories if I have or not. But I'm going to do a video for anybody that hasn't been there anyway. I'm going to share with you the footage that I take when I'm there, just to show you it. And I'll be wanting to see what it's like. I'll spend some time there. It's a lovely day for it as well. On my day off work today, for once the weather's actually on my side. Well, on the rare occasions it is on my side, it's a bonus. It's a nice day. So anyway, I'm going to set up the driving footage. I'll put that on the windscreen and I'll record the footage as I drive in, and you'll get to see what Culross looks like as I approach it and drive through into the centre and find probably the central kind of area, parking area or something, and I'll then I'll get out and get a proper look. So I might keep it at real speed, I might speed it up, I don't know, I'll decide. I don't want to make the video too long. Right, let's make tracks, let's go. Right, so I'm just putting on the sat-nav there just to give us exact directions. It's a couple, 2.5 miles, so it shouldn't take me long to get there. So I kind of hope that camera mount doesn't fall off the windscreen like it's known to do sometimes. Probably just jinxed it now and saying that. I'm stuck behind a bloody tractor up ahead. Oh, typical. But anyway, the weather's a lovely day. I hope to get some clear views of the River Forth as I make my way into Culross, because it's on the banks of the north bank of the River Forth. According to the map, the turning's not that far now, to the right. I was just literally on the laptop yesterday at my mate's house, so I was just sort of deciding I want to go somewhere today because it's going to be a lovely weather today, looking at the forecast. So I just had a wee look around and I came across Culross. I said, that's quite an interesting place to visit. So here I am today, making my way to it. I stay in Dundee, so it's about a 52-mile drive for me to get to Culross. The route that I took anyway, it's just a direct route, the Google map route. M90, and on the A977 and then on the A985, which is the road one.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right onto Gallows Lane.
So I've just got to turn right very shortly, and that'll be facing the River Forth. I'm looking over to the Lothian, across it, Mid-Lothian. So I think I'll
take the next right onto Gallows Lane.
Down here, fucking get there. Unsuitable for SUVs. Except buses and coaches. Why isn't bringing a bus down here, I can't believe this is.
Continue for 3/4 of a mile.
What's that blooming pavement? But I did check the signs first and made sure that, because I get the final say. The sat-nav only tells you a guidance, you never go by that. You always use the road signs and make the decision yourself. That thing could probably tell you if it was to say turn right off a bridge, you wouldn't do it, eh? So you get the driver always gets the final say on it. That's why I looked at the signs, making sure that it was a road, because the sat-nav doesn't know any better, it just tells you whatever it's programmed. But I just thought this just seems narrower than I would have expected. According to the sat-nav, this is the way to it, so I don't know just how long I'm going to be on such a road. But it's looking like we're going to get some brilliant views of the River Forth and beyond. That'll be the Pentland Hills on the horizon. And I get a lovely view of the Forth road bridges from here. And don't think you'll get to see that from the way the camera's positioned, but from what I could see it looks great. I can also see Grangemouth, the fine way on the right as well. That is lovely. That's really lovely. I'm glad I took this road actually, it's spectacular. It says except buses though. Imagine a bus coming along here. I drive buses for a living and I don't think I would be overly keen on driving a bus down here. No, this is... Right, so it's a giveaway. It's turning into this road. Oh, that's us here. Welcome to Culross. The Royal Borough of Culross. Wow. Just entered Culross. So just turning. You see, the sat nav told me to go one way, right, and I went along. There's a dead end, and it was for the Longart power station. The whole road was shut, but there was another road to the right of that said road suitable for lorries. I just looked and said, nah, no way, I'm just going to go back to the main A985. But that looks as though that road come out here, so I could have went that way. But it doesn't really matter. Anyway, this is... the signs are blue. The street name signs are blue, I've noticed. You might just see that. That must be the parish on there. Yeah, that's Culross Abbey on the left, by the way. I'll probably walk back up here and check that lamppost out as well. That's quite unusual. Wow. So no buses allowed here. I don't need to worry about that because I ain't driving the bus today. It's my day off. I'm driving my car, so I can just relax and chill. It's busman's holiday. What do I do for a living? I drive buses. And what am I doing on my day off? I'm driving. Driving my car. So it looks like it's quite a touristy sort of place, like lots of tourists around, I think. So I'm glad I come here because it's, I don't recall being in this specific place
In
before.
200 yards, turn left onto Little Causeway.
I can't ever say I've been here before. I've certainly driven that road up there, the A985 before, but I don't think I've been here, so this is new to me. And I'm quite excited to visit it. No, I don't know what it's supposed to be. Turning here.
Turn left onto Little Causeway, then turn right.
I'm going to be going this way. And on Erskine Bray. That's the road I'm on now. I don't know about going down that route. I don't know if I should have went down there or not.
Take the next right, then make a U-turn.
Anyway, I think I'm in the centre. I don't know what the sat nav. And here, right? I just sort of want to decide what I'm doing now and here. That sat nav, I've only programmed that just to get me here. Now that in here, I can just sort of kind of like make it my own route.
Turn left, then make a U-turn.
Shut up, sat nav. Alright, sat nav, you've done a good job. You got me here, but I just want to see what's going on for myself now. I wonder if I should go down this road here. Oh, that's just houses. I don't really. I suppose I better, because it might get me down. I want to try and get to the waterfront. The waterfront, that's funny I said that.
Make a U-turn, then turn right.
I've got that song in the brain by the, what was it, who sung it, Genesis or something? It wasn't a Genesis, it was that Glaswegian band. It was a good song anyway. The waterfront, this is a dead end. Brilliant, cul-de-sac. Right, I'll stop filming because I don't want to film this. Right, so I've come at that cul-de-sac. I just didn't want to film with somebody's front door, so I just kind of paused the camera there at that point. So I'm kind of going backtracking to this junction here now, didn't I? And it's turning right. I mean, I can't believe I could turn right in there, but apparently that's definitely the road down to where I want to be going, and that's where the van is. Man, I'm not going to get down there. Nah, no danger, mate. I'm just, you know what, I'm not going to take the car down there. I'm just going to park up here or something. I'm just going to walk down. Stuff like that. I'm not going to try and squeeze my car down there, like. I'll just, what I'll do is I'll try and park.
Turn left.
Right, what I've done is I've turned back up this road a wee bit to here. I wasn't going to turn right down where that was just way too narrow. I wasn't going to go there. I'd rather just park here where there's enough room and walk down. Coming up there, I met an excavator thing and a car. That was a tight squeeze, but I'm used to that because I drive buses, so I was just mirror, check, assess the gap, make sure they know what I'm doing, I know what they're doing, and we got past, no problem. And that's how you do it. So, and then done a U-turn there, and I parked on this side because it's fairly narrow. I couldn't park facing up that way because I couldn't get out my driver door. So I could park the passenger door against the wall, close to the wall, because I didn't know how to get out there. So the car nearer here leaves that road nice and clear for big vehicles that just went past there. You've got to think of that when you're parking on narrow country, narrow village lanes like this that were probably never built for traffic at the time it was built. So I'm parked comfortably here. Just the Abbey's just up there. Just there basically. I'm going to now just get out and have a wee wander around on foot because it doesn't look as though it's far to the river from here. So I've got a feel for the place already. It's quite sort of set back and it's quiet and old fashioned like. No pavements, people walking on the roads. It's like old times, old lanes, old fashioned. Abbeys there, a lot of stonework doesn't look like it's that modern. It's quite historical, which has got its own character from what I've seen so far, and biased as well because I read that it's said on it's historical. So, okay, let's get out and have a wander. To show you where I am in Culross, just outside Culross Abbey. It's only a 6-minute walk to where I was going. There is a car park there, but there's maybe other ways to it, but I'm not really that bothered at the moment. I just want to. It's a nice day, there's no reason why I can't just get out and go for a wee wander down there. That's where I'm at. I'm just going to make my way into the centre there. So it's just a walk down there basically, it's not far. 6 minutes, well, I tend not to go by minutes, I tend to go by the distance. So it's 0.3 mile, that's really what I work with. I don't really go by what they say in the times because anything could happen. I like to know the mileage because that's fixed. The times estimates aren't fixed. So it's a 0.3 mile walk, so I'm quite happy to walk that and back and also on a wander around. So that's where I'm at, and I'm just going to make my way into the centre, where the red is. The red marker, that's the centre of Culross. Just remembered we're in part of Kirk Street, so I've got that video, should I forget we're in part, well, I shouldn't forget we're in part, but just, it's always good to reference. So that's where I'm at. So if I get lost, figure out where to get parked. It's very next to the Abbey. Very unlikely that's ever happened. Never happened before. I'm going to have a wander up here now. Culross Abbey. There's a wee bit about it. Just pause the video if you want to read this all, because I'm just going to skip through it at the moment. Just so here's a nice view of the Abbey. It's open all year round for the public, so that's nice to know. Have a very brief look in here. It's lovely actually, nice building. Picture of that. So, it's open as well, so I'll just check a few things first before I go in. That's the organ. This lovely stained glass window. Super calm around here a bit. I think that's the bell tower up there. Looking up to the bell tower, the ropes would be obviously connected to the bell, so you just pull them at this level here. And it'd be interesting to see how that would work. I'd also like to hear them close up. Yeah, it'd be quite good to get up there into the bell tower. The Dundee's St Paul's Church, they've got a big bell tower as well. You hear the bells all around the city centre. Quite a nice sound. I like church bells. I'd be also liking to see actually get a visit in the bell tower. I'd be very much appreciate that. I'd very much enjoy that if I could someday. I think they do tours. If I look into that, maybe for a future video. Just making my way down to the centre. Let's just visited the Abbey there briefly. A very brief visit. Just skipped on very quickly. It is January the 30th, so it's not going to be lighty for too much longer. So kind of like making the most of the daylight while I can, well before it gets dark. The thing with the winter visits, you're kind of like restricted for time, for daylight. I was busy this morning, had to get things done, and I've only got some time left over in the afternoon. I got here just after like the back of 2, so I've got to I can't really spend too long at one place. I've just got to keep moving and try and cover as much as I can while the going's good. I will be doing more visits throughout the year anyway, in the summer months and that, so just keep seeing what I put up. I was on about with the lampies, they're quite sort of old fashioned. I like that. I prefer those. If they were orange as well, that'd be really good. That'd be like much more authentic for the old fashioned lampposts. That's how I remember the lampposts in the 70s and 80s. They were carved and they had the orange bits. They were more, none of this LED stuff that they use nowadays, like cold white light. Nah, I don't like them. I like the old orange ones. You would start up, the switch on, it'd be red until it warmed up and it would gradually go orange. So here I am walking in them, middle of the road. Sort of like, I like that's quite nice. Quite curious. Cat's close. Now, if I had more time I would probably go down there, but I'm more wanting to get down to the waterfront, down to the, you can see along Grange mouth in the background there, the oil refinery. Just make that as part of it anyway. I get down there before that sun goes away because it looks quite sparkling and spectacular. I want to get down there. Look into the left here, just a wee overview. You can see the Forth road bridges as well. Queen's Ferry crossing and the Forth road bridge, and then the rail bridges. The red one just at the furthest east, the furthest away one. North Queen's Ferry crossing is the one closest. That's the white one that was just recently built. So this is the road that Village car park's free. It is down here. I could have got down here right enough, but I just looked a bit, couldn't be bothered going down there in the car. So I just decided I was just going to walk down. There was workmen here as well. It just couldn't be wanting to go. He's walking down, is he? No, I thought he was. But this is quite good. This is quite impressive. Yeah, I would have got down here alright, but to be honest, it's probably better walking anyway. You could see more. Again, it's not far anyway. It's just like, I think when I get to the bottom here, it's just virtually there. Look at that. That's what I've walked down. It's quite impressive. You can see the bell tower there in the background too. I've got a picture of that. Can we get a selfie with that as well? So this is Town Hall's Bray that I just walked down. Look at the colours of the buildings and the types of windows that are on them. It's quite impressive. This must be the main. So it would have been nice to come down here actually. Spend some time here. So this is Meerkat Cross right there. This cobblestone sort of. Wow. No, I can't say I've ever been here. It looks like a time capsule. It's just sort of like ancient. This is really great place to visit. Oh aye, this is this is lovely, this. Oh, I tell you, this is great. Just being here, it's just like going back in time. It's something just ancient. Obviously when you see the modern cars, you know, I think they've done a film in here for some series as well. Look at this. It's just, wow. If it wasn't for the modern cars, that would look like it was ancient times, yeah. 16th century or something. Jeez. Oh, this is brilliant. I'm kind of glad that I walked down here. I wouldn't be able to do this if I was driving. I'd be like wondering where I'm going to get parked. I mean, it's much better parking up there and walking down. You can actually spend the time taking all this atmosphere in, this scenery. One thing you really don't want to trip on this. Obviously it's cobbles. Reminds me of Kirkwall on the Orkney Isles. Kirkwall. It's got a street similar, very narrow, ancient like, on the north coast, off the north coast of Scotland, part of the Orkney. I think it's the capital town on Orkney. Or is that Stronamy? I'm not sure which one, but it's Kirkwall or Stronamy. But certainly, I think Kirkwall was the one that had the narrow streets in it anyway. Probably Stronamy did as well. I've been to both of them. I've been to the Shetlands as well, Lerwick. Similar. I don't know if that's coming through in the camera, but that's all nice colours. Yeah. Like Christmassy like colours. So it's sort of more modern like, well the road is, but that's something else that's really quite nice. I like these type of lights as well, they're quite characteristic. So I'm going to go along here. This must be the main square, I think. The main central bit. Bus stop. What buses come down here? I mean, I take it there'll be many buses. I can't see a big coach or double decker coming down this route, or long single decker. Probably just like a sort of midi bus kind of size thing. Just increase the frequency of it. It was to make up for the seats. Not a shortage on the minibus. I wouldn't like to drive a bus down these streets anyway, but townhouse, that's no, that's what I like to see. Biscuit Cafe, open. It's 3:20, so I'm going to get myself coffee and a biscuit. When I visit nice places like this, I always tend to make an effort to do that. So I think I may be doing this up for the season, for the opening season. I don't know if it's open or not, but that's where I'm going to be going for a nice coffee. Trust me to spot that, eh? Oh yes, definitely. We'll be visiting that very shortly. I'm just going to get some footage of the waterfront from here and a wee bit of the square as well. And I'll have a brief visit and get a coffee now. I don't want to spend too long at one place though, because I still want to see the area, the pier and that. So this is some signage and that just... Focus, please. There we go. Quite a lot of things here. And then you've got the waterfront. Now, what buses actually come down here out of interest? Look at that, check the buildings out in that. So, to Dunfermline. And, yeah. The other side, I'll go and check. Oh, it's still got a timetable on this. Oh no, it does, sorry. So in here, Fife Council. As well. So just heading over towards the waterfront, I'll see what's there, and I'll get a back view drop, well I'll get a back view of Culross. Backdrop view from when I'm standing at the waterfront. I'll get a selfie with Culross in the background as well. What's this place? Biscuits, coffee, cakes. It's screaming out to me. So the pier, presumably that will be what's it there? No, I wonder if I can see a Kincardine Bridge. No, Kincardine Bridge is up that way. The Forth Road bridges are over there. You can just see the top of the North Queen's Ferry Bridge, the flashing light on it. And the hills, that's the Pentland Hills in the background. Over towards Edinburgh and West Lothian, East Lothian rather. This will be West Lothian now, I think. Is that maybe Bowness or something, or Linlithgow, that kind of 100% sure, but I know that was Grangemouth over there, and I'm getting dazzled with the sun, so I can't really see what I'm filming, but I'll turn it around and get this in the background, or in a view of the Culross from here, this standpoint, with the yellow building, townhouse with the golden clock. So there's a tower up there as well, actually. I don't know, might have to look into that as well. That's the car park along there. I presume that I would have got to if I'd driven down this way, but I'm not really too fussed now because I'm quite happy where I'm parked. But I know that for like future reference. I could actually get right down here if need be, but get a selfie with that in the background. And then I'll make my way to get the coffee. I'm getting dazzled, that's only problem. So there is a bit of a railway here now, although I'm sure there'll be a crossing somewhere. I don't know how far along it is, but there's not really much to see anyway. There's not much extra to see. There is a crossing actually up there. I can see it just on the track to get out towards the pier. Not that there's really a great deal of point, because I'm not going to see much more anyway. So I'm quite happy just to get as far as here, and then I'll make my way back in. I'll have a look at that yellow building, closer look at it anyway. Yeah, I'm going to have a look at that building, and then hopefully that cafe will still be open. I'm so glad I came here, like I'm quite happy about being here, especially when the weather's nice like this. Now that's a word I like to see. Free. The January house. No, I'm not really able to get all this. I'll see if I could try and get all this in one take. Get a choice, there's another cafe as well. Bessie's Cafe, open from 10 AM. Oh, that's lovely, I've never been down there. I'll have a wee look there as well actually. So this is Culross Palace and Gardens. That's quite nice. Shuts at 4, so I'm gonna. Townhouse is open as well too. I'm gonna maybe I'll maybe go and get my coffee, and then before it closes, then I'll continue on there a bit. I don't want to miss any of the stuff. I don't want to be getting dark and missing it. So I'll just probably wander along there. But I like the other one, so I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna get my coffee now at the cafe, the biscuit one, that's the one that first got my attention. And I'll continue along that road once I've had a coffee and a biscuit. Yummy, delicious. Victoria cake and a latte. So that was that castle that I saw earlier on when I zoomed in. That tower light bulb. Mary Castle. It's probably within walking distance anyway, because it's just down in the gallery bit. Nice. So that was nice, a nice visit there. Got my usual visiting thing with coffee and cake when I visit. Sample it up, sample the local coffees and cakes. The Abbey was, they were saying the Abbey's opening in, I know the Abbey, the Palace is opening in March. Oops, easy. So yeah, I'm going to try and I'll come back here again in the spring and visit that. But this is really lovely, like this is just amazing. Look at the sun and the sunset. It just kind of emphasises the colours. There's so much, there's other things to look at as well, but I've just got to watch my time. Like what I should do is I might go over to the old pier, or should I? It's within 6.5. Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to go to the old pier and I'm going to have a walk along by the river side. I'm going to go that way, I think. Oh no, I wasn't. I was going to go along that street earlier, wasn't it? I just remembered. I'm going to do that now before I forget. Yeah, I just remembered that. So I think the sun's going to be going down now, and that's once that happens, the colours kind of are not as bright. But anyhow, I've had a great impression. It's really nice, a good first impression of this place. It's lovely, definitely be coming back here again. So there it is, it's the Enviro 200 MMC. That's a model of bus that comes along here. So they're quite long actually. And good grief, there's even a big holiday coach as well. Obviously they took different routes to get to here. They wouldn't have come down Kirk, the route I came walk down. But I didn't expect to see such big, mind you, there's obviously other ways to the city, the village centre than the way that I walked in. So yeah, you could get big full-size buses in here after all. I mean, there's obviously different routes. I don't know the other ways in here, but so anyway, I'm going to have a look along here. So this is just so spectacular. Jeez, this is it's picturesque, isn't it? That's just amazing. There's other cafe too. Oh, I want to try that one next time. Bessie's Cafe. The one I was at was brilliant, but I'll let try them all out. Well, you know what I mean, all of them. I mean, I don't know how many crafts there are here, but give that a go. Oh, look at this. Wow. Oh, I'm gonna quite make out what that says, but just try to zoom in. No, if my mate Stroon was here, his camera would be able to zoom into that, no bother. He's got an expensive piece of equipment, but the one I've got does me, but it doesn't quite have the same zoom in functions as the one he has. But then he spent a fortune on his equipment, so I'd be frightened to carry it around personally in case I dropped it. But if I had more time I'd probably walk up there, but I think, as I say, I've got to watch my time because so it's useful to know that there's a public toilets just down there, which is just along a bit from the centre, so you just walking towards the west direction and the toilets are just on the just outside the car park, the free car park. So it's handy to know that. So there's a lot of literature. I could just look back on the video to read it fully. But to watch the time, I don't really have an awful lot of time to spare. I have to just skip through. So, Dunfermline. Now there's that bus again, it's the 8A. And Viro 200, Alexander Denison Viro 200 MMC. Single decker. It's the model of bus. I won't get all Culross done today. I can only get like some things done. There's obviously other visitor attractions in Culross that I've not actually had a chance to look at. I'm just kind of going through what I could do. At least I could get a look at the old pier anyway, which is just literally over there. I'm going to go across to, well, I don't know how far I could get along right enough. There's somebody going along there. I don't think you can get right along there. Maybe you can. I don't really know. If you can, then I probably will do. If you could get along, then I'll go along and have a look. So, here we go, look. There's a bit about it. Yeah, I don't think you could get further along, but anyway, not too bothered. At least in. So the castle's up there in the distance. Let me just make it the tower. I'll probably just do that for another day. Oh, look at the flames. The flame on coming out the chimneys at Grangemouth. Grangemouth Oil and Gas Refinery. Right, pretty smart that. Quite. Here, I wonder what it'd be like at night here, when it's all lit up. From looking at Grangemouth from here. You can maybe see some of the lights. I've done a separate video on that before anyway. It's an interesting place to look at. Very interesting. I like that kind of thing anyway. That'll be the road that the big buses, lorries will come in to go through Culross. But maybe go along there another day, but I'm going to have a wee look at the pier anyway. I'm going to make my way over. It looks like you could probably get right along the pier actually. It doesn't look as though there's anything to say that I can't, so I'm going to go along. Oops. That's whatever that was. So this is Culross Harbour. There's a bit of literature here. I'm just going to quickly skim through it. I don't really have a lot of time to read that at this moment. I'm just going to make my way over there. Well, this is the ancient Culross pier. Well, there's nothing to say that there's no signs or anything saying that I can't go along there. I think it just beat a mountain risk. There's a stepping stone to get to it. I'm going to go along there. I don't see why I can't. I'm just going to get a wee view of the. Oh, that's lovely, that. A few selfies here as well, with you see the Grangemouth in the background and the sunset. Oh, lovely, that's great. I'll get myself along there too. A sign here, just keep off in strong winds, so that seems to be all there is. So it's not a strong wind, there's no wind at all today. Very, very, very little. There's always movement in the air, but nothing to call a wind. I'm not going to film because I don't want to drop my phone down there, so it's going in my pocket until we get to the end. Right, so I got myself across. There was actually literature going along the sides as well. I didn't stop to film it because there's certain things I had to be particularly careful I didn't trip, make sure all the wooden slats were there, they weren't going to break or anything. I had to be careful what I was doing, so I was paying attention. I wasn't filming while I was doing that. So now that I'm at the end of the pier, I could show you what it's like. I'll show you. So there was various things like that kind of stuff was on the boards and along on the fence posts on that pier. A picture, I think that's quite, it's worth a picture. Pier under construction. Oh. Right. So that's amazing, that. Lovely sunset. I think I'm going to stay here in Culross and watch what's left of the sunset. The sun used to go down below the horizon. Now it seems to go below a sort of like a cloud-based horizon. It's a relatively recent thing, and it's kind of muffled as well. The sun is kind of diffused, whereas before you would see the actual sun setting below the ground horizon. But within recent times, I've noticed anyway, that there's been a lot of changes regarding the sunsets and the sun colours. But anyway, the colours are nice still from what I could see today, and this is, I'm fascinated anyway on what's going on. I want to learn what's happening. Oh, you just get a nice view of the castle. And there's the Abbey, looking up at the Culross Abbey. That's the bell tower that I was underneath earlier on today. So there's not really much point in going any further along there because it's going to be getting dark soon. As soon as that sun's set, then it's just going to turn dusk, and then it won't be long before it's twilight, and then it'll be pitch dark. So I'm just going to kind of spend my time in this general area and just taking this peace and quiet, tranquil atmosphere and beautiful scenery. And we get a selfie here too, a couple of selfies while I'm out here on the old pier at Culross. Whilst I'm out here, I am paying particular attention to the tide to make sure that that pier is still there and I ain't swimming across. So just something to bear in mind. I don't know what the tides are and how much that covers, what the tides are like, if it covers it or what. So I'm just keeping a watch on it. Some of these tides can be pretty quick, so it's always good to be aware of that. So if we're going to cross any causeways or piers like such, like the one on the Holy Islands down in the east coast, northeast coast of England, that was a lovely place, but it was a causeway that was tidal, so you had to time it before you could drive over. But anyway, I remember I was on holiday down in, oh God, where was it again? Somewhere anyway, and there was people that kind of got caught up with the tides. It was a similar sort of setup. This was a wee while ago now, and they misjudged it, and they had to kind of walk back in their up to knee deep in water to get back. Now I can't remember where it is. It'll come back to me anyway. But I like to be conscious of these kind of things. Just if I've got my back turned to my only escape route, I like to know just what's going on regarding it. I don't want to be caught out. It's just worth bearing that in mind. But anyway, this is just lovely here. I'm going to just chill out and then look at the Pentland Hills in the distance, and then you've got the village of Culross just over there. That's where that you could see the blue dot on the pier. Blair Castle. That is, I believe. I think anyway, that's that castle. Pier obviously continues out to that post there, but you can see it's underwater at the moment, so the tide has to be taken into consideration. Now I've spent a wee while out here and still enjoying it, and still keeping an eye on my only escape route back. It isn't submerged in water. It wouldn't be much fun swimming that in this cold weather, that's for sure. So that's me back on terra firma. Got back okay. Didn't trip or fall in the water or anything like that. Just looking at that red sky over in the distance there. No, I can't really zoom in because I've got my other glove on. My hands are cold, but you can maybe just make it out anyway. The water, judging by the seaweed, the water does reach up here after all, so certainly the seaweed's up here, so I presume the water would come up to this level, meaning that you've got to be careful when you go out there, you don't get stranded. So if you're going up for turning your back on it for a long time, you might find that it's disappeared underwater, and you certainly don't want that. Anyway, let's get back up to the head, kind of like make my way back. Alright, it's a bit of a walk along there as well. So it's starting to, street lights are starting to come on. A little bit disappointed that it's these white LED lights in this old fashioned type. Like, I wish they'd left it like orange, you know, the original nice warm sort of coloured lights, instead of these cold horrible LED lights that I'm not keen on. Kind of a bit disappointed with that, but that's the modern way, isn't it? So the sun's away, it's getting a bit cold. I think it's time to kind of like head back home. Yeah, I've spent a good, probably a couple of lots of time. 5 to 5, I've got here about 2:30. I've spent 2.5 hours just floating, by the way, enjoyed myself. So it's getting to get dark now. It's getting colder as well, so there's not much more I could do here now, other than just have a slow walk back and enjoy walking through these ancient streets. As I say, I don't like the LED lights though, it's kind of spoiled it a bit. I just don't like these cold white LEDs, they're just, well, I don't like them. If it was a nice warm orange or yellow something, but no that horrible cold light, I don't like them at all. Not keen on them. You get a nice, well, you get an interesting view of Grangemouth oil refinery. That's starting to show its lights now. They were probably always on anyway, but at night obviously it will become more evident. I think for safety reasons the lights will be on all the time for such an installation. It's like heavy industrial places like nuclear power stations and all that I've visited before. They tend to probably keep the lights on all the time for extra heightened safety because of weather effects and phenomena and that. So, you know, crashes going on in such a place where there's highly explosive gases and fuel, etc. Or a roundabout nuclear power station. So all these industrial places have their lights on probably all the time, 24/7. These are domestic street lights come on at a certain time. As I say, I just wish they were better looking lights. I mean, the design of the light's nice, the holder, but the light itself is horrible. Cold, horrible. Ugh. Not for me. But the actual place is a very lovely place to visit. So I'm going to just make my way back to the car and I'll round off the video when I get there. And I think that's what's going to be opening in March, by the way, the townhouse. I think they're getting it all ready for spring. So I'll be coming back here again. I'll get a chance to visit that. I've got the opportunity to visit that. So it's a wee bit of the footage of the house lights anyway, as it begins to get darker. Actually, before I head back to the car, I'm just going to have a quick look along this road here. I didn't really get a chance to get a look along here. I was so, oh no, I came down there, but I didn't go along this to the, I walked down that way, that's the way I came down. I looked over this way, but I didn't have a look, so I'm going to have a wee look over here before I make my way back to the car. So there's a Red Lion pub, which I never saw earlier. I'll get a closer look at that. Oh, there's the information tourist board, tourist information signs. So there's a view from there, looking at it from here. That looks quite nice actually. That's well lit up, that's nice and warm, more welcoming colours than that. That's a better light, like you see like that. That's the incandescent lights there, much warmer, more welcoming, a much better colour of light. That's more like it. Now if the street lights were like that, it'd be such a better feeling than these horrible cold white piercing LED lights that are just horrible. But that's a lovely light. That's what they should have over there, and all the street lights should be that nice warm softer light, if you know what I mean. So I just can't help it but have a look along here as well. Although it's beginning to get a little bit dark, there's still enough light to show the colours of the different colours of the buildings. So I don't want to shine it into the house, but just kind of getting that street side Cochran Haven. I've just got to watch that. I'm going to point the camera right through somebody's window because they're quite close to the street signs are right above it. I don't want to be thinking and filming in the house, but it's just getting there. That must be some church or something, is it? So, Cunningham House. That's what this building was. I thought it was maybe a church or something. But, oh look, there's one of the old bus 28 service coming along here. I'll get that footage. It's Enviro 200 MMC 28 to Falkirk. That's a midi bus size, but when you see it on roads like this, it makes a midi bus look like a megabus, just because the streets are so narrow, fills up the whole street. There's a lovely looking cottage as well. I think that must be the school just at the bottom on the right there. So I've actually covered quite a bit actually, thinking maybe heading out Blackadder Haven. So I've had a good look around this Culross old schoolyard, community garden, just across the road there. And that'll be the school on the right. So just opposite the school you've got these lovely cottages as well, quite characteristic looking. This is Low Causeway. some other residential houses that are really quite nice, quite characteristic. So that's pretty much on the outskirts now. I've walked to the outskirts. That seems to be a bit of a country park sort of thing there. And a car parking that over down there. So I've walked in the east direction. I've kind of like walked to the east boundary of Culross. It didn't take me long to do that at all, about 5-10 minutes. It's not a big place like, so I was able to cover, maybe I'll cover this bit, maybe on the next video, next time I visit I'll do the west part. I'll walk over to towards the castle. So this is right on the outskirts, just going out of right into the countryside now. It's just leaving Culross. Well, virtually anyway, there's no point in walking any further along there. So I've had a good look along the central bits that I've walked along, captured some footage for you. So I'm just going to now make my way back to the car because it is dark now. It's dusk, it's going to be pitch dark soon. So I've covered, if I see anything that I want to highlight, I'll just capture it for you on video or photograph. Just coming off of the main road there and just having a wee look at this little back street, windy cobble street. I'm not sure where it leads to, but it can't be that far really. It's not a big place, so I'm not really going to get that lost. I wouldn't have thought, oh, I think this is actually heading back to where I'm going to be going anyway, so it's coming out to the Meerkat Cross that I passed earlier, so I went down that way to get to the centre, so I'm going to be turning right up there. It's really well lit up. It's very colourful actually. So yeah, very nice. There's a wee windy street down there as well. That'll be leading to the central. And some of the houses are well lit up as well. It's really quite decorative. I mean, I've seen some of them that are really well decorated. Wow, look at Grangemouth now. Look how lit up you can see it. All the lights is Grangemouth gas and oil refinery. And there's more over there as well. It's impressive, I'll tell you. I've driven through the area. There's a lot of interesting things that I'd like to learn about Grangemouth and oil refineries and stuff like that. I'm fascinated with all that kind of stuff. It just looks so interesting and fascinating, and you know, just want to learn about it. And you could sort of see it, appreciate how well lit up it is at night. That's the oil blow off gases that are the fires coming out of all these big chimneys. Anyway, that's so there's more to the right as well, but that's just some of it. So it's an uphill climb. So I'm kinda, it's not bad actually, to be honest. It's not that difficult. Not that difficult at all. So I've climbed up anyway, and then just back to the start. Whew. Oh, I'm so glad to see that. A seat. You can see more of the lights of the refinery. Just as a good tip, when you're parking on a steep brae like such, park with your wheels pointing in towards the wall or something, so that if in an unlikely case of a handbrake failure or anything like that, you park it in gear as well with a manual, it just rolls into there rather than roll down there. So it's just a good tip to, because it is a steep breathing part on. Just thought it was worth mentioning, just worth mentioning. Anyway, you could get another view of the lights for Grangemouth. It stretches all the way down, right along, stretches all the way from there right along to there. It's a huge complex. So, as I say, I've done a video on it before. If you just go back on my channel, I think I titled it Grangemouth Oil and Gas Refinery. So if you want to see my footage, just go back and just type it in if you want to see my footage. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this video up. Yep, that was a great visit. I thoroughly enjoyed visiting Culross and Fife. Yeah, it's amazing. It's these wee places that are just tucked out off the main beaten track, I suppose. It's just, they're the hidden gems that it's easy just to drive right past them, you know. But when you actually visit them, it's got a few nice surprises. I tell you, I was quite impressed with the visit today. Had a nice visit up at the Abbey, and then the village central area. Oh, the whole village, well, from what I've seen, everything, even the buildings on the outskirts of the village are quite well presented and well decorated and that, and share the similar historical theme. The west side I've never visited as far as that on this occasion, but when I come here again I'll explore that way and have a look along, or perhaps even if we visit to that castle as well. Some museums and that in the spring and summer months when it's lighter at nights, more daylight basically, and warmer. Hands are freezing, but yeah, it's great, like it. So I think that's all I need to do on the video for now. I showed you where it was on the maps earlier. I think I covered that. I even got some driving footage as well, driving into the village. So you saw the outskirts from the north boundary coming into the more or less the central area. Okay, right, that'll probably do for now. Right, just see what else I put on my channel, and thanks for watching. Okay, right, see you later. Bye for now. Bye.